There are few television series that manage to blend humor, melancholy, and social truth as masterfully as Las Fierbinți. Among its many memorable episodes, Ziua lui Firicel stands out as one of the most tender and reflective. Beneath the layer of jokes and absurd situations lies a story that reflects the fragile dignity of rural life, the loneliness hidden behind laughter, and the silent endurance of a man who never expects too much from the world. Firicel is a character who embodies both the comedy and tragedy of existence. His birthday becomes a mirror of what it means to live in a small village where everyone knows each other's secrets, but few truly see one another's souls. The day begins as it always does in Fierbinți. The same dusty road, the same gossip, the same rhythm of life suspended between apathy and hope. But for Firicel, this day carries the quiet expectation of something different, a moment of recognition perhaps, or simply a sign that his existence matters. As he walks through the village greeting friends, his face carries that ambiguous smile, half joy, half resignation. When Bobița forgets his birthday and Celentano gets drunk before even congratulating him, we laugh, yet the laughter leaves a bitter taste. The comedy of Las Fierbinți often works this way. It makes us laugh at what should make us cry, and cry for what we once laughed at. One of the most memorable scenes is when Firicel sits outside the local bar, holding a small box of matches and staring into the distance. Around him, the noise of the village continues. The quarrels, the jokes, the endless discussions about nothing. Inside, Gianni talks about plans that will never happen, while Branzoi tries to sell him something nobody needs. And yet, in that small, unspoken moment, Firicel's silence tells us more about life than any monologue could. He is a man who measures time not in years, but in uncelebrated birthdays. The episode also speaks about the emotional poverty that can exist even in communities rich in camaraderie. Everyone in Fierbinți is connected, yet each lives within their own solitude. Firicel's modest hope to share a glass of cheap wine with someone who remembers his birthday becomes a symbol of the universal human desire to be acknowledged. There is a touching scene where his wife, Gina, remembers only at night, bringing him a piece of cake with a candle made from a cigarette. The absurdity and tenderness of that gesture capture the essence of the show. The ability to find beauty in imperfection, humor in despair, and dignity in defeat. What makes Ziua lui Firicel remarkable is how it oscillates between satire and poetry. It portrays the Romanian village with affection, not mockery. It understands that behind every stereotype lies a human being whose dreams have simply been postponed too long. Firicel may be poor, disheveled, often ridiculous, yet he has a quiet nobility that transcends the comedy around him. He never complains. He never asks for more. He simply exists, carrying the weight of time with a shrug and a smile. Personally, watching this episode reminded me of my own grandfather, a man who also lived simply, with little money but enormous pride in small things: a clean shirt, a neighbor's greeting, the first sip of wine on a Sunday afternoon. Firicel's birthday captures that same bittersweet rhythm, the joy of being alive mixed with the sadness of being forgotten. The final scene, where he looks up at the sky and mutters something about another year gone, is both devastating and uplifting. It suggests that even when the world forgets you, life still gives you a sunrise, a breeze, a reason to carry on. This is the emotional genius of Las Fierbinți. It finds universality in provincial life, poetry in poverty, and truth in foolishness. Firicel's birthday is not just a celebration. It is a meditation on the passage of time, the meaning of friendship, and the quiet resilience of the human spirit.